What's up, guys? Crimson Knuckles back, and boy oh boy do I got a banger of a game for you. The Minotaur, the new legendary tier British light cruiser. This thing is a monster. I picked this thing up last night, had it less than 24 hours, already managed to pull off a Kraken in it. This thing is just unreal. Very customizable, good for just about any situation. The guns are awesome, the torps are awesome. It's fairly agile. You're going to see that in this game. I'm running a William Tennant semi-agile radar build. I do have it spec'd for AA as well, because the anti-aircraft guns on this thing are crazy. 6 kilometer base. I spec'd them out the first tier mod. I've got that for the AA gun, so it's actually like 7.2, 7.3 kilometer AA. I had a clear sky in it in the first game I had against the carrier. The guy actually just quit out because I shot down 25 of his planes within 3 attack runs. But besides the point, back to this game. We're getting into the cap. I'm trying to support the gearing, but I know that I will get absolutely dev struck if I push in too far, and I'm the first thing to get spotted. So I'm kind of hanging back. I launched some zone and torps back there. Kansas gets spotted. I know that there's a destroyer around here if the Kansas is the only thing that's been spotted so far. So I am hanging back. I know I'm going to get spotted. And there we go. We get spotted. Target the Kansas. Immediately I'm targeted by 3 ships, which they're doing the right thing. Kansas takes a shot, but with the semi-agile build from this far away, he misses everything. We narrowly avoid the island. We're going to turn back in. This gearing seems to know where the Shima is. He's probably running twist and track. I wish that he would have pinged on the map where he was. I would have turned back in. He probably doesn't expect me to have radar though, so you know, not really anything against him. But we're going to start targeting their Minotaur. These ships are very glidey. The Russian cruiser, or the British cruisers. If you're going full throttle and you slam on the brakes, you are going to keep moving. So that's one thing you got to be wary about in these ships. So I knew that he had popped the smoke, but he was still moving forward. I knew I could get 3 or 4 salvos into him before he disappeared in the smoke, because he's going to shoot so fast. We're going to turn back in. The Shima, I knew I wasn't going to get too much off of him, but I wanted to keep the fire on him, keep the pressure on him, keep him backing off. The gearing's doing a good job of keeping him away from our Yamato. I am going to push up with the Yamato. However, this Yamato should not be doing what he's doing, because he's going to go broadside to that Minotaur in the smoke screen, and I'm too far away to use the radar on him. But we're going to get up here anyway. I look towards where that Minotaur is, so I'm thinking, alright, maybe I can try and get in there and get him spotted, but this Yamato's going to lose so much health. Minotaur's guns are just amazing against broadside targets. Anything that's broadside is going to die to this thing. Shima gets spotted. Gearing's doing a good job. He almost gets him. Unfortunately, just one Shima torp takes him out. I hate that ship so much. I can't stand the Shimakaze. I almost never play mine. I don't even remember the last time I played it. I think I unlocked it. I researched it in Legendary. I put a couple mods on it, took it out for 2 games, and said, "Nah, this isn't for me." I don't really like that playstyle too much. The Shima makes it too easy. The torps are so fast, good range, and they do a lot of damage. And the concealment on that thing is ridiculous. But it's a one-trick pony. That's the only thing the Shima's got. It can't accommodate any other situation other than staying concealed to spot enemies and get your torpedoes off. I like ships that can do multiple roles pretty well, and definitely the Minotaur is one of those ships. So we're pushing in towards the Minotaur. He's still behind that island. He lost the Kansas as support behind him. He's got the Alaska and the Shima, but the Shima can't really do too much. Being behind those islands back there. We're going to take a couple shots at the Alaska. He's sitting stationary, so we can damage his superstructure pretty well. The Minotaur's armor-piercing shells, I believe they do have improved pen angles, which makes it even easier. And when you've got plunging fire like this, they can do a decent bit of damage. His superstructure is getting saturated. You'll notice the shells sometimes go from doing 1,000 damage to 500. Each shell is capable of penning at 1,000. I think a Citadel's 3,000. So when he gets saturated, you'll notice that your damage gets cut in half, and ultimately can just do nothing if it gets too saturated. But we're remembering we're going broadside to that Minotaur. He's still back there. So we're trying to get a couple last shots in on this Alaska. We're going to turn in towards the Mino because we don't want to give him broadside. Mino can Citadel another Mino out to, I think, 8 or 9 kilometers. So we're going to turn in. We are going to angle on him. The firing angles on the Minotaur are absolutely amazing. I think only like 20, 25 degrees, 30 degrees, something like that. You can get all of your guns firing, 6 of them. I think they're double barrels, shooting every 2-3 seconds. This Minotaur is showing us too much broadside, and he's going to pay for it here. Just a few shells hitting him, but they're still doing massive damage to him. Unfortunately, the island blocks the rest of our shots. Shima did launch torps at us. We're going to take a couple shots at the Yamato, and then we're going to start worrying about these torps once they turn red. I kind of figured, though, that, I mean, I wasn't giving broadside to him, so I wasn't too worried about him. I just wanted to make sure one wasn't sneaking up right under my rudder. So we get a couple shots on the Yamato, and we're going to notice this Minotaur is actually making a push to come out and confront us. Not the best idea. He's already at a disadvantage if he's the one pushing out first behind an island. I am going to meet him halfway though, because I want to get this done and over with. I need to get over there and help these guys with that Yamato, because he's giving me a nice juicy broadside, as well as get rid of that Shima, because I'm a radar Mino, and this radar reaches out to 9.9 kilometers, making it, I think, like the second longest radar in the game, or longest distance radar. The Russians have the best. However, this thing is also 40-second radar. 9.9 kilometers in 40 seconds. To me, this is the strongest radar in the game, and I'm definitely going to use it. If you want to use a smoke screen, that's fine. I would recommend it for newer players. It's a lot easier, a lot safer, and you can deal effective damage from it. Basically a portable island to sit yourself behind. The only thing that you got to worry about, and that's one thing I don't like about that smoke screen, is you are completely reliant on your team. You need them to spot for you, and if they miss a destroyer coming up to you that is launching like zoning torps through your smoke, or there's a radar cruiser coming out from behind an island that your team doesn't see, and he gets within his he gets you within his radar detection ring, you're lit up like a Christmas tree while you're sitting in there. Most likely you'll be broadside to some big ship like a Yamato, and he's just waiting to mow you down as you're destroying him. And that I don't want to be caught like that. This, to me, this radar agility build, this is preferably the way to go. I haven't even tried out the smoke yet. Like I said, I got the Minotaur last night. However, this is a much more balanced build to me, because I control the engagements, I control where I want to go. My damage isn't limited to me sitting in a smoke and relying on my team to spot the enemies for me. I can actually help do the spotting. I do have 11.6 concealment. I don't think I have anything spec'd to lower the concealment other than the camouflage. That's all the way maxed up. I run the double rudder as far as the mods go, ship mods. And Tenant, I've got some agility on him. The inspirations, I've got Norman Scott for increased shell grouping, just because I haven't really put too much time into like min-maxing this build. I figured with this many guns it'd be nice to have a little extra accuracy. But there you go. We already snuck up on the Kraken. Already snuck up on us. That Shima only had 30 health. Gearing almost finished him off, but him not finishing him off gave me the Kraken. And there you go. That's the Mino for you guys. Hope you enjoyed watching. That was a 154,000 Kraken high cal with 3,000 base. Alright guys, hit like, subscribe, be back for more vids. Later.